Alrighty, hello everybody. What is up? How's everyone doing today? What's up, what's up? Sorry for the very loud air conditioner. It's actually pretty warm here in Washington State today. In the United States, actually, the entire country is having a heat wave. And said heat wave has affected everybody. Mostly the East Coast and Midwest. But even this weekend, us out here in the Pacific Northwest, we had higher temperatures than usual. So the air conditioner is pumping on max blast right now. So I apologize if you can hear it in the background. There's like an atmospheric sound. There's not much I can do about that. So what's up? Welcome to Chill Sunday. And what I mean by that is today's going to be a very chill day with the stuff that I've got in store for you. Incidentally, this wasn't originally what I had planned for today, but I completed Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 yesterday. The game is only 8 hours long. And so when I completed it, I was like, man, well, what else are we going to do? I guess we'll swing back to Dragon Quest Builders 2, since this is a release that I've been playing over the past week. Is this going to always stay a mainstream game? No, it's not. What I mean by that is it will continue to be played, but more than likely it's going to end up being a late night stream because of its nature. It is a more relaxed game. Is there some action-based combat? Yes, but it's certainly not the focus of the game. I like the game a lot. Sadly, it's not appealing to my main audience because my main audience loves action. They love action and thrills and risk. And the game doesn't really have that. What it has is a really fun, interesting JRPG-style plotline with building elements from games like Minecraft and Don't Starve and stuff like that. So it kind of combines two different genres of game into one. What's up, 007 Blaine? How's it going, dude? And in my opinion, it's a really good game, but my opinion, I guess, doesn't amount to a hill of beans to a lot of people. They just complain that the game's boring. And I'm sorry, because in my opinion, it's not. I really like it. I think it's a relaxing game where you can enjoy a fun plot line and new building elements. And if anything, it's definitely a game that when I stream it, we can interact a lot. And it's funny because I play games such as Minecraft, MLB, Black Ops 4 Blackout. All right. Also, not exactly riveting games when it comes to the gameplay. Yet those streams are successful. People like them. They interact tons. And they really like those streams. This game, for some reason, people are just complaining. It's like, but dude, it's the same kind of game, so why can't we just have that same kind of stream, right? Instead, you get a few people who come in here and just whine constantly. And I hate that. I hate it when I have people who are upset in my stream chat. I want people to be having a good time and enjoying themselves, and not be sitting around and be like, man, this is so boring. But, that's just the kind of game it is. You know what I mean? We're at a time right now in the year where it's a lull in releases, okay? Even though, admittedly, this year there have been more releases in the summer than usual, with games such as Judgment, Super Mario Maker 2, Crash Team Racing, the Stranger Things 3 video game, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Coming up this next week, we're going to have Wolfenstein Youngblood. Typically, the summer is completely dead, and there's nothing going on. At least we've got some new releases, but these aren't of the big, giant, hype caliber or AAA-style releases that I think you guys are used to when it comes to, say, the hardcore gaming season or early on in the year. You know what I mean? It's certainly not like that. So I hear you, and I understand people who are saying, man, this is kind of, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is kind of a snore fest. All right, it's not the biggest action-based game. It wasn't designed to be like that, okay? It's definitely a more laid-back game where it's slow-paced and you enjoy yourself because of a more relaxing nature of the game. I like it because of that. If you like that kind of thing and you want to interact with me a lot, stick around for today's stream. All right, you're absolutely going to love it. But just to forewarn you, if you're looking for action-based gameplay and feel raging and stuff like that, you're not going to get that. That's not what this game is. This is a stream where I like to hang out with you guys and talk a lot. And, while I'm enjoying a more chill game, that's what it's all about. So, if anything, worst case scenario would be that I'm playing it and you guys aren't interacting with me. And I mean that because, last time I played, that happened during the stream. There was a segment where, I was enjoying the game, but no one on the stream was really interacting with me. They were just kind of going off on their own tangents and talking about whatever. And, I mean, that's all well and good. I'm certainly not going to say, oh, you can't talk about whatever you want in the stream chat. But understand that if you disengage from me, yeah, that's going to make the stream boring. You know what I mean? it's hard for me to engage in a stream chat that's not addressing me or that's talking about unrelated topics, especially when you guys are talking about sports and stuff. I don't have a clue what the hell you're talking about because I don't follow sports, and you know that, so I don't know why people would come to my streams to talk about sports, but they do. So, let's see how today goes, all right? Very well likely, this may be the final early day stream of Dragon Quest Builders 2. This may become a night stream moving forward, all right? And we'll go from there. Codecast Deals, so Marvel Alliance is gone. Marvel Alliance is done. It's not gone. It's done. I beat it. It was only a game that was long enough for 2 sessions. It was 8 hours and done. You've seen everything in the game. It's not that I quit or anything like you're trying to imply here by saying it that way. It's done. It's completed. There's nothing else to do in it. All right. So, that's today. Dragon Quest Builders 2. I hope we can make this a fun interactive stream. I hope that you guys will engage with me and talk to me and we'll have a good time. Because that's really what I feel is going to make this stream, you know, fun and entertaining and successful. All right? Later tonight, I'm doing my Minecraft stream. My one Minecraft stream of the week. And the good news here is, last time around, I managed to salvage the run. We were in desperate risk of me losing all my items and everything. And the good news is, I did salvage it. Okay? So, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be continuing on from where I left off. Last time around, I had a lot of the villagers starting up new jobs, and I was trading with said villagers to get their job levels up, which was great. I think what I want to do tonight is improve the village a little more. Popsicola, I almost said. Oops. Mr. Papavera had made many suggestions of ways that I could improve the new living quarters that I had built for the villagers. And I think I'm going to look up his guide of some of the suggestions he made and use some of them tonight. I think he had put like a second floor and some fencing, and, you know, awning and a rooftop and all kinds of stuff to make it look nice and fancy. And I think I kind of want to do that because I want to make it nice and deluxe so people can't say, oh, you got him in a workhouse gulag or whatever. I want to make it nicer, all right? And so I think while I'm working on that, we can have a fun interactive stream later tonight as well. Keep in mind, with my weekly Minecraft streams, whoever's the top contributor of the night actually will get something named after them in the game. We had many things in the previous weeks. We had a villager named Mr. Twisty. We have a jumping horse named Humper. There's a dead body of a ghast in the nether with a sign on it. And we also named a pier after a nihilistic goldfish. And we named a cat. Last week we named a cat. That's right. So we'll keep going with this, okay? It seems people really like this practice, and so we'll see tonight, you know, who's the top contributor and who will get something named after them in my Minecraft run, all right? Now, tomorrow, for those of you who are looking for more action and rage and challenge, tomorrow is your day, okay? Tomorrow, I'm playing Super Mario Maker 2. This is my weekly Super Mario Maker 2 stream, where I'm going to be taking in user-created level suggestions and playing them on the stream. So here's your opportunity. I know you guys love to see the rage and the action. It's a complete polar opposite of what you're going to see today on stream. That's going to be tomorrow's main gameplay stream, okay? So come on back and join me tomorrow's main stream if that's what you're looking for, all right? Tomorrow night, I'm going back to Judgment, another 2 hours of development in Judgment. We're now in Chapter 8 of 12 in Judgment. And I'm really enjoying the story. Has picked up big time. We had a big plot twist last night. I will not spoil if you have not had a chance to catch up on that playthrough yet. You can do that over on DSPGaming on YouTube. The videos are live. But, yeah, the plot's gotten much better. And I'm excited to continue this tomorrow night, okay? And then Tuesday's my day off this week, guys. So no streaming on Tuesday. But I'll be back on Wednesday with the probable conclusion of Final Fantasy IX from what people are telling me. Essentially, it looks like I'm near the end of the game, and there's not going to be a heck of a lot left. Maybe I'll beat it, maybe I won't. On Wednesday. And then Wednesday night is going to be my weekly Black Ops 4 Blackout stream. That's Battle Royale with interaction. Thursday is the return of Ask the King. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please post up questions for my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, over on my forums, thekingofhate.com, all right? The more questions you post, the better the show is. When I have more questions to draw from, it always makes the show better, okay? So please head over there. Please post up questions. And, I'm looking forward to that on Thursday. Thursday night, probably going to be more Judgment. All right. And then on Friday, it's the premiere of Wolfenstein Youngblood. At this point, I have not solidified my plans of how I'm covering Wolfenstein Youngblood. All right. Just being honest here. There's a couple possibilities that I have in mind, and I haven't confirmed any of them yet. All right. I actually have to do a little bit of work on my end to figure this out. So what I would ask is if you guys could be a little bit patient. Later this week, I'll have more information about Wolfenstein Youngblood and how I'll be covering it. I will be covering it for sure, but I don't know if it's going to be co-op. I don't know if it's going to be solo. I don't know who's going to be co-oping with me. I have a few options that I'm working with. So I'll let you know once we go, later on this week. Okay? Fair enough? All right. There you go. Outside of all that, a couple things. Super Mario 64 playthrough. It is going to happen sooner rather than later. We have determined the best version of the game would be the original N64 version, which you can get on the Wii U Virtual Console. I guess it's like the Wii Virtual Console that's on the Wii U or whatever. So that's what I'll be going with. And that's going to more than likely start up either the very end of July or very early August. One or the other. All right. It all depends on how things go here. And, if I'm in the middle of Wolfenstein, or if I'm still playing Final Fantasy or whatever, maybe I'll take a little bit extra time to finish those off first. But that's how we're going to end July and start August. All right. And go from there. We'll see how that goes. So that's coming up, just to forewarn everyone. I know some people have been excited for that. And like, man, when is Phil going to finally start up Mario 64, the viewer's choice playthrough? That's coming up very soon. Okay. Very soon. Let's see. Anything else? The only other thing I'll say is, I want to remind everyone of the monthly sub goal here. If we hit 525 subscriptions by the end of the month, which we still have 10 days left, I'll be doing a Rage-a-thon marathon. You'll be able to nominate and then vote on rage-inducing games for me to play in a marathon setting, which would probably take place sometime in August, because August is a pretty dead month until the very end of the month. But we need to hit a sub goal. Right now, our subs are pretty low, I'll be honest, for being able to hit a sub goal. At the beginning of the month, we were over 500 subs, which is why I made the goal 525, and now we're down to 463. I've been trying to convince people to subscribe. We have new emotes that we used for the Marvel Ultimate Alliance playthrough and everything. It's kind of hard, I'll be honest. It's kind of hard to convince people to subscribe when there's no new releases. You know what I mean? When there's hot new releases, we got people naturally coming into the streams more often than not. They want to check out the hot new releases. They want to be able to use emotes. They want to be able to not have to watch ad breaks and stuff. So they want all the benefits of a sub. But those people don't come around during the summertime. You know what I mean? During the summer, I get the more dedicated audience. You guys, the biggest fans who just come to hang out with me no matter what I'm playing. You guys are already subs. You know what I mean? A lot of you have already subscribed or are ongoing long-time subscribers, so it's kind of hard to convince you to sub when you already are. Now, for some of you that aren't subbed, I've already mentioned some of the big benefits you get for being a sub, and I'm pretty sure, considering the fact that people have been complaining that the games I've been playing are too relaxed and chill, a Rage-a-thon might be something you would like. So please consider subscribing. We still got a lot of headway to make, but I am convinced that we can hit 525 subs by the end of the month. In fact, I know for a fact we can. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about before we move on to the next segment. I guess the one thing that I'll say, because we are going to get to the plug segment next, is thank you guys so much for your support, and understand that if you haven't noticed, in the past week or so, I haven't really been mentioning, being in desperate need of tips or whatever. And some people say, oh, you see, this is Phil's cycle or whatever. Yeah, because what's been happening with me is, the first 2 weeks of the month are terrible for me, because all my bills clear and it completely empties my bank account out. And then I get paid by Twitch, and then basically for 3 weeks, everything backfills, and then I'm okay till like the end of the month. So that's kind of the situation I'm in right now. That's why I don't really harp on financial stuff. Usually the second half of every month. I just don't see the reason to. But FYI, I just want to say I am super appreciative of all of you who are still coming out, hanging out with me, being supportive on the streams, because it's helping a ton. And like I've told you guys, if I can keep things going the way they've been going on streams, where more people are showing up, there's more contributions, etc., I may, it's a slow crawl, but I may be able to get myself, out of the shitty situation that I've been in. And so I just want to say that thank you so much to those who are being generous, even though I'm not really harping on it and talking about this every day. It's because I want to give it a rest until early next month, when sadly we go back to the same situation. I'd rather give it a rest and not be blue in the face talking about this stupid shit every day. You guys aren't here for that. You're here to have fun with games, right? So that's what I mean. So thanks for that, okay? All right. Let's get to the gratuitous plugs. Absolutely gratuitous. And then we will get to shout-outs for those who've contributed, and then we're going to get started with a chill Dragon Quest Builders 2 stream. How does that sound? Does that sound any good? No? No? You guys would rather hear me make weird sounds with my mouth all day? Okay, we'll do that instead, since that's what people want. Okay, yes, this is a clip. That's correct. Clip that. Clip my weird mouth sounds. Clip it, save it, love it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for 11 awesome years. And what I mean by that is 11 years I've been a content creator on the internet, and I've been able to share my daily gameplay experiences with all of you, and I absolutely loved every minute of it. For 2.5 years, I did it as a hobby when I had a full-time office job. Then when I unexpectedly got laid off from that job, I found a way, by some miracle, to turn my YouTube presence into a living. And from the years of 2011 to 2017, I was a full-time gaming YouTuber. Then, sadly, in 2017, YouTube's ad revenue bottom fell out due to their bad business decisions. They lost the majority of their major advertisers, and basically it became completely unfeasible for someone like me to make a living on YouTube anymore, despite the fact that I've been making ridiculous amounts of money previously doing it. So that being said, I had to change up my business model and find a way to keep going, doing what I loved. And I became a full-time Twitch streamer here on Twitch, every day, putting out 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, plus, pre-streams and the like, tons of content every single day. And I became interactive. I became a guy who now responds to my audience directly. We have conversations during gameplay. I give shout-outs for contributions. It definitely changed up the formula, because previously, for those 6+ years that I had been a full-time YouTuber, it was more like I was in an isolation booth, sitting there just playing a game by myself or whatever. But now it's changed, and I'll be honest, the past 2.5 years have been amazing. I love doing the things that I do. I think it's tons of fun interacting the way that we do together on the streams. The direct feedback you guys have given me, suggestions for emotes and things, like everything has been amazing. I love this. I mean this. Every day I wake up excited to come to work. I didn't used to be like that. I used to be like, oh God, I gotta come to stream. I have to go to stream today. I have to go put out gameplay. Now I actually am excited to come to work every day, which is pretty awesome. That being said, because I changed up the way that I do stuff, I now am primarily dependent on your crowdfunding efforts here on the streams in order to keep things afloat. I barely make any money on ad revenue on YouTube anymore. My YouTube channel, DSPGaming, has just become an archive of what I do on stream. I don't develop any original content for YouTube anymore. So the streams are my bread and butter, all right? So that means that, your contributions allow me to continue doing what I do. And if you love the streams that I do every day, and you love the on-demand archive videos, and you love everything, and you want to see it continue, please consider contributing one of the following ways that I'm about to mention. We start off with Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil, where I have a monthly campaign. If you pledge to it, you earn personal perks as a way for me to give back. In particular, one of the perks is to get your question answered for sure at length on my Q&A show, Ask the King, coming up this week. So one of many perks, please give it a look. Thanks to anyone who does pledge. That's at patreon.com/darksidephil. If you check out my Teespring shop, I have a bunch of merchandise over there, primarily t-shirts, but a lot of other stuff as well, including stickers and mugs and the like. It's high-quality stuff, I can attest, because I own a ton of it. In fact, today I'm wearing one of the shirts, the King of Retro shirt. I felt like if I'd wear it, since we're playing Dragon Quest, which is kind of a throwback game, right? One of many, 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 many designs over there. If you buy something from my Teespring shop, you get a cool collectible, and it helps me out, so please give it a look. There's also an Amazon wish list, which is something new I created in the last few weeks. This is basically a list of currency credits for the various gaming networks, whether it's PlayStation Store, Xbox Live, or Nintendo Shop. If you go to my wish list and you buy some of those, please send me the codes, because they don't send them automatically, via email, darksidefil@hotmail.com. That helps defray the cost of streaming. It allows me to purchase the games for the streams without having to dip into the money I'm raising to pay my bills and the like. So please consider contributing if you would like to do something a little different, right? Oh. Woo! Excuse me. Alrighty then, excuse me. Sorry about those disgusting belches. They all came out at once. What can I say? But thank you for your support, and please give a look at my Amazon wish list. Alright, continuing on. If you're here live on the stream, alright, one of the best ways that you can contribute is either by cheering, subbing, or tipping, because if you do, you're going to get a live shout out on today's stream. Okay? I love giving live shout-outs. That's part of the major interaction of my streams. But a few things that I'll say up front. Number one, please understand that even though all of your contributions on the streams are much appreciated, they help and they keep things going around here, they're not mandatory. All right? They are much appreciated, but it's not required that you contribute anything. I'm happy that people even bother to come out and hang out with me every day. You know what I mean? Like, there's many other things you could be doing with your time, and the fact that you're here to chill with me while I play games is a really awesome thing, and I absolutely love doing it, and thank you for that, all right? Now, that being said, your contributions keep this going, so thanks to those who do go above and beyond to contribute, but understand it is not mandatory, all right? The other thing is, it's not mandatory for me to say or do anything on my stream. Even though I like to give shout-outs for contributions, it's absolutely not required, and there's no contract between you and me that I have some kind of a requirement to say or do anything on my streams. In fact, there's many things that kind of restrict what I do. For example, Twitch's terms of service. I can't say and do certain things on my stream because of that. I like to maintain a chill vibe around here, which means I don't bring up controversial topics like politics or religion, because they're too argumentative. They cause too many people to have disagreements that we don't want on the stream, because we're trying to maintain a chill atmosphere. You know what I mean? That's why we don't bring up drama. That's why we don't bring up arguments. We don't care about people insulting me, stealing my content. No one cares about that crap, all right? We're here to have a fun, positive stream, and that's why I understand, even though a lot of people will try to derail or try to divert the stream into a negative way, I'm not going to play that game. And so, again, there's no requirement for me to directly respond to anything that's said or done on my stream, okay? Now, as you guys can see at the top of the screen, there's a stream stats leaderboard. I will update that periodically with top cheer, and top tip is what I meant to say. It's a way to get extra recognition up there. We also have the cheering leaderboard, which is integrated into Twitch. And hint, hint, guys, it's the last day of the week for you to get up on that leaderboard to be one of the top 10 cheerers of the week, because that resets overnight on Sundays. So, great opportunity. Plus, I'll be honest here, cheering was kind of slow this week. So if you wanted to get to the top 10 cheering spots of the week today, it would not be a very big task. In fact, just to give you an example, the last place in the top 10 is only 750 bits. So it would be pretty easy to get up there if you so sought that kind of recognition. All right. Outside of all that, the only other thing, is, again, thank you so much, everyone. Understand that even though I'm not every day now kind of mentioning financial problems behind the scenes, your contributions are helping tremendously. So please, if you can consider contributing, please do. And if not, that's cool too. Let's just hang out and have fun. Fair enough? All right. Let's get started with shoutouts. So, we will start with overnight a cheer that came in from Golden Colts. I would love to see it, but my laptop is frozen again. This happens every single day. So please bear with me for a minute while I try to get it to work. Yes, the life of a streamer. All right, here we go. So Golden Colts cheered overnight 100 bits with the party emote. Thank you very much, Golden Colts. To start off today's stream, we had Chocolate Fuzz TV, who resubbed for 4 months in a row, 6 months total. Thank you very much, Chocolate Fuzz, for the resub, and good to see you on stream. I saw you in the stream chat earlier. Guitar Player 1939 has resubscribed for 36 months. Awesome. First of all, Guitar Player, one of my longtime viewers and supporters. So thank you for that. The other cool thing about this is 36 months means he has earned the Rose Gold Chat Crown. He is one of the few elite people who actually have that level of chat badge. I think there's only a handful of people who've hit that milestone. So congratulations, and of course, thank you so very much, Guitar Player, for the ongoing support for such a lengthy period of time. And please enjoy the rose gold crown. I don't know if you're here. It would be cool if you said something in the stream chat so people could see the rose gold crown. But I don't know if you're still here. This was about 19 minutes ago when he resubbed. So, all right, moving on. The first tip of the day is from Truth Hurts. So with a name like that, we already know there's something coming up that's going to be dramatic. Are you guys ready? All right, here we go. A $1 tip from Truth Hurts. Let the drama commence. He says, always amazes me how you and your fan base still believe that global warming is a fairy tale. You know, your ass has got your legs spread eagle with the AC on max blast right now, shaking my fucking head. Okay, so we got a lot to digest and a lot to unpack here, I think. First of all, this guy seems to be very angry. So the first thing I would say, Truth Hurts. Well, first of all, you know what? Before we even respond, let's get him up on the leaderboard and get him some recognition. Maybe that'll hope to assuage his anger. His contained anger, which I don't understand. Let's go ahead and put it up on the leaderboard. $1 tip. And here we go. So total tip's $1. All right. So the first thing that gets me is that he starts off this, it amazes me how you and your fan base believe global warming is a fairy tale. Okay. I'm not aware that we've ever discussed global warming whatsoever on my streams. Maybe every once in a while we talk about the weather. I'm not aware that we've ever had any kind of an in-depth discussion about global warming. So I have really no idea or perspective where you're getting this idea from. I hate to tell you this, Truth Hurts, but I actually am a very scientific person. I always believe in science over any other kind of crazy belief. And quite frankly, if you study scientific data, you would see that the planet is going through climate change right now. So I don't think that there's a debate about if global warming is happening. I think the debate is, why is it happening? Because there's many schools of thought on this subject. One of the schools of thought is that, it's because the humans have been burning fossil fuels and they created excess greenhouse gases, and this has created this problem with global warming on the planet. Another school of thought is that we're just going through a periodic shift of climate on this planet, that this actually naturally happens every so often on Earth, where the climate will change. It'll either get hotter or colder, and the polar ice caps will melt or freeze, and that this is just the first time that humans are really going through a significant experience of it in the modern era when we document this kind of stuff. And so the humans are now freaking out about it, when in reality it's just a natural thing that happens, and we're going to have to adapt to survive. You know, we basically had a calming time in climate when things didn't change too much, and now we're undergoing a really big time when we've got natural disasters, floods, earthquake, all kinds of shit that naturally happen on Earth, but we're all freaking out because it really hasn't happened in our lifetimes yet. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know which is the case. I don't know. It could be both. It could be that we are going through a natural time period of the climate changing, but we're accelerating it with the things that we're doing to the planet. I am not a climate change specialist. I'm not a scientist. I certainly don't discuss this kind of stuff on my streams very much. All right? But what gets me is that he actually said, I'll read this again. It always amazes me how you and your fan base still believe that global warming is a fairy tale. I don't ever remember saying or doing anything to that effect. And in fact, if you ever ask me directly, Phil, do you believe in global warming? My answer would be yes. I believe in climate change, that in certain places in the globe, the climate is going up significantly. Like, we are seeing tons of increase in temperatures. Okay? Like, I've seen it firsthand when I lived in Connecticut. The weather has changed since when I was a kid to now. It's very different in Connecticut than it used to be. Since I moved out here to Washington, okay, the summers have been very hot. There's actually been extended periods of a lot of heat in the summertime. And I've asked around out here, and they're like, oh no, this didn't used to be like that. It used to always be rainy and cold, which is why everyone has this weird impression that Seattle is rainy and cold. But in reality, it's changed in the past like 5-10 years. It's now hot during the summers, which it never used to be like that. See? So I have no idea where this Truth Hurts guy is coming from, saying that myself and my fan base don't believe in global warming. Now, second half of his tip here. Yet all your asses got your legs spread eagle with the AC on max blast right now, shaking my fucking head. Well, just to unpack this part, if you had an air conditioner max blast into your gonads, that's probably not too healthy for them. In fact, I would actually say that would probably cause maybe some damage. You don't want ice effects on your testicles. First of all, they would shrivel up pretty badly, and more than likely it would cause long-term problems if you just had an air conditioner blasting directly onto your privates. So I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. For me, my air conditioner is on the other side of the office, and I don't leave it on max blast. I leave it on a setting that when it gets to a certain temperature, it turns on, and then when it cools down, it turns off. So it's kind of intermittent. So again, I have no idea where you're coming from. Truth hurts. But thank you very much for the first dollar tip. That's much appreciated. All right, so continuing on. Feeling Lean has subscribed to the channel. All right, thank you very much, Feeling Lean, for the sub. Lilith1838 has resubscribed to the channel for 3 months and says, I don't really watch Twitch at all that much anymore, but I'm just dropping by to my free sub here because I enjoy your endless YouTube content so much. Well, thank you very much, Lilith. Indeed, you say endless YouTube content. It's not really endless. What it is every fucking day I've possibly been able to make content in the last 10 years. I have. 10 years of my life I have given to content creation. And there's been a lot of sacrifices along the way. Let me tell you, while many other content creators only put out a few videos a day, I was out there pumping out 8-10 hours of content a day for an extended period of time, and it meant sacrificing a lot of things like friendships and all the like. While everyone else was out partying, having fun with their buds, I was busting my butt making videos. So you've got probably one of the most prolific YouTubers ever who's provided you with 10 years of content. It could seem like an endless amount. In reality, it's not. In reality, it's not. And one day it is going to dry up. But I appreciate the sentiment, Lilith. I appreciate the 3 months of support. Enjoy the videos on YouTube. Thank you very much for coming over here to sub because, as I've said, sadly, YouTube makes me next to nothing anymore. And so I do appreciate it. If you're watching this pre-stream video on YouTube right now, I greatly appreciate those of you who take your time away from YouTube to come to a stream and contribute, or maybe you look in the description of the video. Oh, here's Phil's tips link. I'll send him a tip. I appreciate that because, first of all, it's few and far between. I'll be very honest. Most YouTube viewers don't do that. They just assume, oh, just like always, I just watched the video. There's an ad on it. Phil makes money. No, I make like nothing. I'm serious. Like, I make almost nothing on YouTube anymore. So that's not the case anymore. I got thousands of people watching me on YouTube that I basically don't make any money on anymore. It sucks. It's not my fault. It's YouTube's fault. So, thank you for understanding that, Lilith, and coming over and contributing. And anyone who's watching this on YouTube, please consider swinging by over here and, contribute if you can, because that's what keeps the stuff going right now. All right? Thank you for that. All right. Someone named In the Air Tonight tipped me $1. I made a bunch of Phil Collins references. I'm assuming this is going to be some kind of a meme or a troll thing. I have no idea why people are saying I look like Phil Collins. I don't at all. Although it's kind of flattering if you say, as Phil Collins has an amazing voice, but I certainly don't think that any reference to me and Phil Collins makes any sense. But he basically says I have a Phil Collins haircut, and he's laughing at some kind of portraits posted on Twitter. I don't even know what he's talking about. But anyway, thanks for the dollar tip. Whatever. All right, continuing on. The lovely man, tipped me $1. He says, happy Sunday, DSP. Do you or anyone you know if the Dragon Quest Builders game story is co-op as well? I'm thinking of buying it for me and the girl I love. By the way, oh my God. Why do people ask me these crazy questions? Listen to this one. How do you stop being in love with someone you want so badly? I feel like she my soulmate somehow. What? Where? How do you go from, oh, is Dragon Quest Builders co-op? Oh, by the way, how do you stop being in love with someone that you want badly because I feel like she's my soulmate? Whoa, like what the hell? Like, whoa, you just went from like 0 to 5 million in like half a second. What the hell is going on here, man? So first of all, is Dragon Quest Builders 2 co-op? I have no idea. To me, I would think the only way it could be co-op is if, what the hell is his name? Malroth or whatever? The guy who's with you, who apparently seems to be the reincarnation of evil but doesn't know it. I guess maybe if you could control him so you could do co-op combat. But remember, in the story of the game, you're the only person who can craft certain items. He tried a million times and it doesn't work. So that would be kind of boring if you're playing through the game and you have a co-op partner who literally can only swing an axe or whatever, and that's it. But I'm assuming there are modes in the game that probably are co-op, much like Minecraft, that are probably more sandboxy. But we haven't checked those out. We're in the story of the game, okay? So I'm going to go out there and say the story is probably not co-op. I don't think it is. But perhaps there is. Oh, okay. Beefsteak Tomato just clarified. He said only the home island is actually co-op. So the story progress itself is not. The home island is. Okay. Well, there you go. Now, going on to the second half of the question. I don't even understand what you're trying to say here. You're saying, how do you stop being in love with someone you want so badly? I feel like she my soulmate somehow. There's just too many. There's too much here to answer because we don't know the situation. Is this someone who you're dating? And you're trying to not love them? Is this someone you have a crush on and they don't love you back? Like, there's too much, and quite frankly, I don't want to know your personal story. I'm just being honest here. I'm not some kind of a guru on life. I don't want to try to like give you personal advice on shit that I don't know what's going on. What I would say is you probably want to consult someone who's a closer friend or a family member on this one, who maybe knows the situation a little bit better than me. But if it's a crush, I think we've all kind of been there. And like I say, is over time those things get better. It's just, especially if you're young too. When you're young, you got hormones raging through you and stuff. You got, some really silly things that you feel and say and do that maybe later on you'll look back on and be like, what the hell was I like that for? I was a complete idiot during that period of my life. It must have been the raging hormones, right? So I wouldn't put too much emphasis on anything going on in your life right now, especially if you're younger. You got a ways to go in your life and a lot of opportunities and things that you're going to have later on in life. So I wouldn't linger too much on this one particular thing going on, especially if it's causing you so much angst. You might want to diversify what you're doing and focus on other stuff. Okay? DSP the Water Boy has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. I don't know how this guy got wind that I was the water boy, for my entire high school and university career for the football teams. I don't know how they figured that out, but they figured it out. So there you go. DSP the Water Boy has subscribed. Thank you very much. It's a true story, of course. Totally not fabricated. Eternal Napalm just did a 100-bit cheer. It's the first cheer of the stream. Let's get Eternal Napalm up here on the leaderboard, and then we'll read his message. Shit. Okay, Eternal Napalm cheered, and he says, thank you for all the great content you've provided over the many years that you've been doing this. Sad to see you go. Rest in peace, DSP. No, I'm kidding. He didn't say that. He said, I'm not going anywhere. He says, many people agree with me that you are the best streamer on Twitch. Keep up the great job, and thank you for all your hard work. Thank you, Eternal Napalm, for being a longtime supporter. Thank you for being a moderator. Thank you for the cheer. Thank you for the positivity. Thank you for being a part of the awesome, positive community that actually watches and enjoys my content. All right? I appreciate that very much. That's a very nice sentiment. And thank you very much. You're one of the 3 people who think I'm the best streamer on Twitch, so you're part of a very elite club. What can I say? Even I don't think I'm the best streamer on Twitch. All right, let's continue on. It's the Balls Expert Guy. Just tipped me $2 to become the top tipper of the day. Very nice. Oh, by the way, we're up to $3 in tips, and I forgot to update the leaderboard. So now with this one, we're now up to $5 in total tips. Let's get this guy's name up there first, and then I'll read his tip. Wait till you hear this. All right? Okay, so it's the Balls Expert Guy. Tipped me $2 and said the following. Hey, Phil, I didn't know you could freeze your balls off. Is there any other balls knowledge you want to drop on your fan base? Do frogs have balls? Excuse me. First of all, the testicles are a very tender spot of any creature, but on the human body, the reason that the testicles actually shrink is to protect them. So, for example, if the testicles are feeling cold, they will shrink to draw themselves closer to the human body and keep themselves warm so that the sperm inside do not freeze. If the sperm freeze, then they die. And so it's a natural defense that when you're cold, your balls shrink, okay? So if you were to put your balls directly in front of an air conditioner, they would shrink and then they would probably freeze. Not good. All right, so there you go. There's another testicle factoid for you, okay? Now, as for frogs having balls, yes, they do. I can 100% tell you they do because I know, because I dissected frogs in high school. And the answer is yes, they do. So there you go. There you go. Yo, you thought that I was going to blow it off or say that it was a weird question? I have given you knowledge. Now you can go off today and you can tell all your friends about shrinking balls. And you can tell them exactly where you heard about it right here on stream on Twitch. And you can send them my way. And then, of course, people will mass report me saying that I'm talking about, you know, things that are disgusting, when in reality it's just a scientific fact, and you'll just make yourself look stupid. But don't worry, they'll mass report me for it anyway, I'm sure. All right, there you go. All right, let's continue. What I'd like to do is I would like to give a shout out to the top 10 cheers of the week. Give credit where credit is due to those who contributed via cheering, okay? In 10th place this week, we've got Bent Boxer. In 9th place, Golden Colts. 8th place goes to Joe. Thank you, Joe. 7th place, Vote Democrat. 6th place, Nihilistic Goldfish. 5th place, Vash7342. 4th place, Cosmic Clownface, whose account apparently was deleted from Twitch for some reason, but he's still showing on my leaderboard. 3rd place, RFHC5. 2nd place, Infinite55. And 1st place this week, very worthy of the title of champion, Phillips Smelly Chair. There you go. You know, the new stupid meme from the brainless idiots who think that it's funny to show, like, a picture of my couch and say, look, can you imagine the smell? Wow. You're just the epitome of intelligence and humor. And, I mean, I wish that definitely we all had the kind of level of maturity and just, you know, wit. The pure wit of those who would make fun of me on the internet is unparalleled. To make such highbrow jokes and comedy, we all know we can never match or parallel that. You know what I mean? So, there you go. By the way, yes, Sir Queevington, that is correct. I need to tell the people that that is not the correct spelling of my name, and I don't sit in a chair. So, all the trolling attempts have fallen flat on their fucking face. That's right. You're absolutely right. Okay. All right, guys. So, that's pretty much it. We've gotten through the shout-outs. All right? I think it's time now. As I've explained, I'll explain it again. All right? This is going to be a very interactive stream. This is a stream where it's based primarily on me kind of talking with you guys, hanging out. Will there be development of the story? Yes. Will there be development, of everything going on? Yes, absolutely there will be. Okay? So don't get me wrong. There's going to be interesting gameplay, but this is going to be a much more relaxing, laid-back stream. There's not a hell of a lot going on in a realm of, oh my god, I need to have intense attention on everything at every waking moment. And it's really more about us kind of hanging out and talking. And so please consider interacting with me. All right? Interacting is going to make the stream better today. Trust me, it will. All right? All right. At least Shadow Ninja says, I'm glad you're loving the game, Phil. Me too. Like, I really like it. Ugh. When I started playing it last week, I didn't know if I was going to like it. You know, people had said, if you like Minecraft, you should play this. But I'll be honest, I don't really think the game's that much like Minecraft. I think it's a very different animal. Having a definitive story, definitive side quests, optional puzzles and content to find and discover and do. Also having a pretty interesting combat system. Being able to see Dragon Quest monsters in full full free-flowing 3D rather than turn-based combat. There's like a lot. There's a lot here in the game that to me is very interesting. To other people, it may not be, and there's not much I can do about that. But to me, the game's been quite interesting, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to more today. So, thanks to those who are hanging out with me to play the game and enjoy the game, even though it may not be the biggest, most popular, most AAA hyped, most rage-inducing, most action-packed, most, you know what I mean? all the things that those fickle viewers come in to see and then they run out the door. For those of you who are sticking, with me during this summer and watching me play more chill stuff and fun stuff and hanging out with me, I appreciate that so much. It's pretty awesome that I have a dedicated enough fan base that I can not be playing AAA giant new releases and I can still make ends meet and, still have a good time with all of you. So, thank you very much for that. Okay? Thank you to Hank. Hank just tipped me $10 and said, all set for another 4 hours of Dragon Quest Builders 2. Bring it on. Thank you very much, Hank. You are the top tipper of the day now. I appreciate that. We're actually up to $16 in tips. I forgot to add that other $2 tip earlier. Okay. Oh my God, excuse me. Oops. No, we're not up to... I wish we were $156 in tips. We're at $16 in tips. All right, thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. And that is going to be it for the pre-stream. All right, we're going to end the pre-stream. We're going to jump into the game. We're going to have some fun. Now, for those who were not here last time, okay, we're at a critical story point. We're basically finishing up with the farming island. We had done, everything. We had done 4 kinds of crops. We had a harvest festival. But then the big boss of the island, a giant baboon, showed up, rained on our parade, destroyed the tree that we had been growing, and killed Pastor Al. So now what we need to do is find a way to regrow that tree and get revenge on the baboon, which I'm assuming is going to be a big boss fight. So I'm excited to see how that works, because that's a new gameplay element we haven't done yet. And it's funny because we're like 12 hours into the game, and we're still going to get new gameplay elements. For most games, within the first 3 hours, you've seen everything. This game, it's, continuing on with new stuff, which is good. So, let's end the pre-stream, and let's jump back in. And let's see how we're gonna do here. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Let's begin.